So how many of you feel as if you struggle to eat healthily on a daily basis? Okay, how many of you feel confident that you can cook a healthy and wholesome meal and ramen noodles doesn't count? Okay, so this is a huge problem between busy young professionals and students. They either don't know how to cook or they just feel like they can't find the time to figure it out. And also they have a big problem with finding inexpensive ways to do this. And what you eat in your health directly, or what you eat directly correlates with your health. And so between these busy young professionals and students, you feel like because of what you're putting in your body and the junk and the food, you're not like promoting a healthy lifestyle. So Busy Boxes hears you, and that's what we're here to help with.
We are Busy Boxes. My name is Allie, and this is the Busy Box team. Tanya, George, Landon, Michael, and myself are here to present to you a meal box plan that brings nutritious meals straight to your doorstep. Busy Boxes is a weekly meal-based service that encourages your meals to be healthy, easy to prepare, and also meals that are easy to save and eat at other points in time or in other meals on campus or during work. We understand that there are tons of meal box programs available on the market, but we are different. Busy Boxes provides and promotes to young professionals and students. We are promoting to single serving and providing single serving meals, which no other meal box plan does. We are also promoting healthy meals that help to encompass your entire daily nutritious needs. We also allow for customizable meals through an app on your smartphone. This encourages people who have either gluten intolerances or prefer to eat vegan or have some type of allergy to specialize their meal boxes to what they need, which is another thing other meal box plans are not currently offering. First and foremost, we understand that not a lot of us know what we're doing in this age group. And for that reason, we provide video instructions because let's be honest, who here really knows how to saute?
Thanks, Allie. Our business model is simple and it's easy to get off the ground. With a relatively low cost of entry, we can establish a name for ourselves, reach profitability relatively quickly, and then we can continue to build on a simple yet sustainable business model until we're at the top of the food box industry. George, how exactly will we do that?
As we mentioned before, Busy Boxes cater to young professionals and college students, and they're single servings, so that allows for a lower cost model and a less expensive product. So with that, we're charging $45 per box with a box of 5 meals, averaging at about $9 per box. And that's our main revenue stream. Beyond, it's also subscription based, so each customer will purchase a subscription and go from there, and also will offer occasional promotions so that, for example, say they buy a subscription, they'll get an extra meal for free with a box on purchase of that subscription. Lastly, we'll also get a revenue stream from advertisers on our website and app. Advertisers that are largely from cooking supply companies as well as food companies.
Cool. So in summation, basically what we do, Busy Boxes, we actually we bring a unique solution to a unique problem. That problem is basically young professionals and students not having the ability to make fresh, quick meals that are going to help them fuel their ambitions. So we do this. The strength of our product is basically we have a video library, which you can learn to actually do the process right there on that library. It's not going to be a card or anything. There will be a card, but there's not going to be just the card. You'll know exactly what you're doing because you can see someone doing it. The second option is definitely we are offering customizability within our plans and also our portion sizes. So our portion sizes are up to you. It's not going to be huge amounts. And because our product is low price, we have the ability to actually undercut the market. So Busy Boxes is going to be the future of student and also young professional meal delivery service. Questions?
Yeah, it's a question.
So how much does it cost for you to actually, you said it was $45 for like 5 meals. How much does it cost for you guys to like produce that? Like how much profit are you making from each?
So yeah, we clock each box at $40 per box. When we buy in bulk, that's how we're sourcing all this. But when you reduce it down to just one box, we're making about $5 in profit for each box.
It also depends on the amount of bulk that you're buying. We looked into some of the other companies such as HelloFresh. other companies that are doing similar things, and basically where they're getting off in cheaper boxes and making more profit is in cheaping out on their ingredients, which is something that we really want us to set apart. We did talk about as a group being comfortable making a little less profit off the get-go in order to establish that credibility of having really wholesome ingredients.
So just piggybacking on that question, you said you're going to start off with lower profit. Are you going to raise prices how are you going to get to profitability?
When we projected our financials going forward, a lot of it also came from, at the beginning, purchasing storage facilities and originally buying those sourcings for all the food and food products. But those are all initial investments. So beyond that, going forward, once we kind of get a bigger hold on the market, just keeping at that $45 price point, we actually did turn a profit and continue to increase our profit as we're still forward.
And also we think with being consistent, we're upping our retention rate. So by not really increasing our prices after a little bit, we keep our customers coming back and we connect with them too.
One of the things too though is that the customizability is going to add more profitability to boxes. Like if someone wants fish or some other kind of thing, that might be a little bit of a higher price. So if we're offering kind of unique and healthy options that are going to cost a little bit more, that's going to help us put us into the green.
It's important to remember too that commercial meal production, whether it's organic, no matter what it is, the price goes down with bulk. So we don't need to necessarily increase our price to individual consumers. As we go through and meet new people, get new consumers, we'll be able to buy in bulk, which will ultimately provide more profit with us without hurting our reliable consumers.
Yeah, right. So who are your suppliers and partners? Who's delivering it?
Yeah, so one is local farms. So what we want to do is want to definitely partner with local farms and local producers, but at the same time, there may not be enough product to go around for the amount of people that we're serving. So U.S. Foods and a lot of the big suppliers, we're going to try to cut deals with them as well and get a really good deal in bulk from them. But also at the same time, we want things to be local. We want people to feel like they're getting food from, and supporting the economy around them. So that's kind of our main goal. But everything else, we're going to go through ConAgra, U.S. Foods, stuff like that. So.
And are y'all going to start out nationwide, or just in one fixed city or town?
Well, we're going to get our model together in North Carolina area, and then from there expand out to different states.
Yeah, because I was just thinking if you have one headquarters and you're sending it nationwide, it could take 2-3 days for food to get from here to California, and that might go bad. So I didn't know if you were going to have headquarters or locations in different states, so that they were closer for distribution purposes.
Right, and so the ability to partner with U.S. Foods and other big suppliers and also local means that we're getting all the food in there local, because U.S. Foods has distribution centers all over the place, right? Yeah. And also at the same time, local farms have the ability they're local. So we just come in, we either have a warehouse or a storage area, we get the food, they ship it in, and we go from there.
And also the boxes are packaged with the right ice packs and things.
Right.
Sustain freshness.
Yeah, they can handle being on your porch for a few hours, so don't worry about it.
The other really refreshing thing for us, when I did my own research in the Durham area, a lot of the locally sourced farms and farmers markets are really passionate about reaching the college student market and unsure how to do that. There's tons of programs within the Durham Farmers Market, the Carborough Farmers Market, that offers discounts to students. And when we spoke with them, they were willing to work with us as well, which is really nice.
Just a thought as you guys were presenting, what makes this different than Diner, the thing we did the case study on?
We kind of learned from that case study. And we're listening to the customers. We've done a lot of customer research, and people want this. And and also we're not going to make the same mistake of thinking that we know what the customer wants when we're going to go out and actually find the ability to actually find what they actually want and go talk to them face to face.
We found that the problems that stemmed from that came largely from the execution of the business strategy, not the business strategy itself.
Yeah.
More so just, exactly.
There is a big need for this on the market. I just feel like people, in that case, form their own opinions and weren't necessarily pleased with it. But our big basis of being customizable, having this video for you, it's we really want to speak to the customer themselves because.
Oh no, I was just going to say off what you were saying about partnering with local gardens and farms. I think that'd be a good idea because just like for me, when I'm seeing this as a college student, like $9 a meal, like I could go buy groceries all week and still do it a little cheaper.
Sure.
But I think that's a great idea with the discounts, and then I don't know, some way to get that price point down to a reasonable price for your college student is $9 a meal. Just kind of seems to.
Sure, yeah. I think you're also paying convenience in that area. You don't have to worry about going to grocery shopping. And no offense to our generation, but some of us don't even know how to grocery shop. So we'll be meeting that need. So.
Will there be a way for the students or your target audience to like choose what meal they want beforehand, or like kind of like differentiate what they want, or is it like a stick to like menu that they're gonna get like every meal? So.
Yeah, so the way that it works through our app, there are a couple options, and as Michael kind of alluded to before, you can go up in price point. If I have, let's say, a family friend visiting and want a steak dinner, that's obviously not gonna be $9 a meal. But within our price point, there will be 5 or 6 options, just depending, all using relatively the same ingredients for the week, just to ensure that we're able to keep our production costs down. But there are multiple options. So you can go through and say, I'm not a huge fan of tacos, I would like this, or and kind of decide from there without having the extra costs of customizing to personal dietary needs.
And also, like, before you join or before you start subscribing, you can put in, like I'm allergic to this, like I'm gluten-free, like I have celiac, like, you know, anything, like, you want to talk about, because then, like, based on that, like, we have various menus for your different foods.
One more question.
Yeah, sure.
What keeps people coming back? Like, once they've learned how to make the dish, can't they just go out and buy the groceries themselves? Like, why would they pay the $9?
Yeah, I think that comes back to, again, putting people in the habits, right? And then having the ability of cutting that out of the convenience. I right now go out to Walmart right now or whatever local grocery, and I spend about 3 hours there or 2 hours kind of getting my groceries together for the next 2 weeks. Like that's a big cost, and also I have to drive like south of here, like what, 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that. People are willing to pay a little bit more to reduce that and to be able to focus on their ambitions, especially young professionals if they're in the middle of a city, right? Like who knows where your marketplace is, right? Or where you're gonna go to shop. And if you even have time to do that, especially since you're gonna be working, let's say you're consulting, you're gonna be working around 60 to 80 hours a week, you know, do you have time to really do this, right? And so we make sure our meal plans our meals are gonna be under, 15 minutes of cooking. You can do it really quick, you can do bulk if you'd like, and then you get it delivered right to your door. So you don't even have to include that within your life. And also, go ahead. Yeah.
Also, this was kind of our main pain point was the whole time crunch issue.
Yeah.
And a lot of these college students and young professionals don't have the time to go out and get groceries and cook.
Mm-hmm.
So even though that they might learn how to cook after repeat usage of a product, they still might not have a lot of time because they're working or busy or going from place to place.
Kind of get hooked on the convenience.
Yeah, exactly. Also, speaking directly to retention rates are something that our competitors struggle with a ton. They sit around HelloFresh and other competitors sit around 10% retention. And we talked a lot to customers, especially ones that had experience with these companies. And we took their advice and we're like, okay, how do we take that 10%, make it closer to 20 or 25% retention? Because that's our goal. And the way we're gonna do that is number one, through the video instruction. That's something that's huge because we talked to multiple consumers who are like, yeah, also they give me a list of things to do. That's great, I'm a college student, I don't know how to do a lot of these things. A video is super helpful. And also a video teaches you things going forward that you can employ later on in life to eat healthfully. And yeah, so we talked to customers that have experience with HelloFresh, and another one was customer service and customizability. HelloFresh is like, from the people we talk to and also our own experience, their customer service is absolutely awful. It's terrible, and that's something we want to do a great job with customizability, but also with the way our website works, and also with the way that our employees work as well, reaching out to you and meeting